Welcome back. We are still on the topic rates. In the previous video, we solved a question on speed. In this video, we are going to solve another question. The question for this video is: the average speed of a cyclist is 45 meters per second. Calculate I, the average speed of the cyclist in kilometers per hour. II, the distance in kilometers covered by the cyclist after 15 minutes. So the cyclist is moving at an average speed of 45 meters per second. We are going to convert this speed from 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. After that, we will find the distance in kilometers covered by the cyclist after 15 minutes. So let's begin with the first part. We are going to convert the speed from meters per second to kilometers per hour. So the average speed of the cyclist given to us is 45 meters per second. We have learned that 45 meters per second can also be written as 45 meters divided by 1 second, because 45 divided by 1 will give us 45. Meters divided by second will give us meters per second. So 45 meters per second can be written as 45 meters divided by 1 second. We want the speed in kilometers per hour. That means that the distance must be in kilometers. So 45 meters must be in kilometers. Then the time must be in hours. So 1 second must be in hours. So all we are going to do now is to convert 45 meters to kilometers. Then we convert 1 second to hours. After that, we can find our speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, so let's begin by converting 45 meters to kilometers. To do that, we need the rate of conversion between kilometers and meters. We know that 1000 meters is equal to 1 kilometer. We are going to convert 45 meters to kilometers. So you ask yourself, if 1000 meters is giving us 1 kilometer, 45 meters, will it give us more or less? 1000 is giving us 1 kilometer. 45 meters will give us less. If less, more divide. So more, which is 1000 meters, will divide. 45 meters will be the numerator. So we have 45 meters divided by 1000 meters. Then we multiply it by 1 kilometer. Meters and meters will cancel each other out. So we have 45 divided by 1000 times 1 kilometer. And that will give us 0.045 kilometers. So we now have our distance in kilometers. We want time in hours. So we are going to convert 1 second to hours. To do that, we need a rate of conversion between seconds and hours. And that rate is 3600 seconds is equal to 1 hour. So 3600 seconds will give us 1 hour. And we want 1 second in hours. So you ask yourself, if 3600 seconds is giving us 1 hour, 1 second, will it be more than 1 hour or less than 1 hour? You can obviously see that 1 second will be less than 1 hour. If less, more divide. So 1 second will be equal to more will divide. So 3600 seconds will divide. 1 second will be the numerator. So we have 1 second divided by 3600 seconds times 1 hour. Seconds and seconds will cancel each other out. So 1 second will be equal to 1 divided by 3600 hours. So now we have the distance in kilometers, we have the time in hours. We can find the average speed of the cyclist in kilometers per hour. We know that 45 meters per second can be written as 45 meters divided by 1 second. 45 meters is now 0.045 kilometers. 1 second is now 1 divided by 3,600 hours. So 45 meters divided by 1 second is giving us 0.045 kilometers divided by 1 divided by 3,600 hours. We can divide the numbers separately. When we do that, we are going to have 0.045 divided by 1 divided by 3,600. So you do this on your calculator. Kilometers divided by hours will give us kilometers per hour. 0.045 divided by 1 divided by 3,600 will give us 162. So we have 162 kilometers per hour. So the average speed of the cyclist in kilometers per hour is 162 kilometers per hour. This means that when we convert 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour, we are going to have 162 kilometers per hour. We can use our calculator to convert speed from meters per second to kilometers per hour. I'm going to show you how to do that. So first, switch on your calculator. We want to convert 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. So first you enter 45. We are converting 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. So you first enter 45 on your calculator. Then you press on shift. After that you press on the 8, number 8. So you press on 8. Now you see the calculator will ask you conversion number 01 to 40. You enter number 20. So you enter 20. As soon as you enter 20, you will have 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. Then you click equal to, and it's giving us 162. This means that when you convert 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour, we are going to have 162 kilometers per hour, just as our answer gave us. I'm going to go over what I just did once more. So you search on your calculator. We want to convert 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. So we enter 45. After that, you press on shift. You press on the 8 button. Then you enter the number 20. And that gives us 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour. You press equal to, and we are having 162 kilometers per hour. So let's say if you want to convert 150 meters per second to kilometers per hour, you enter 150, then you press on shift, you press on the 8 button, and you press on 20. And that gives us 150 meters per second to kilometers per hour. You press on equal to, and the calculator will convert for you. Okay, let's continue with our question. This is the first part of our question. We have converted 45 meters per second to kilometers per hour, and we had 162 kilometers per hour. We have also learned how to do this on the calculator. The second part of our question says that we should calculate the distance in kilometers covered by the cyclist after 15 minutes. So this time, we are going to calculate the distance covered by the cyclist after 15 minutes. Now we know that the average speed is equal to the total distance covered divided by the time taken. We have average speed in meters per second as 45 meters per second and in kilometers per hour as 162 kilometers per hour. So which one of these are we going to use? We have average speed in meters per second. We have average speed in kilometers per hour. Which one of them are we going to use? Let's look at the question. We want to calculate for distance in kilometers. If we use the first one, which is meters per second, we are going to have the distance in meters. After that, you will have to convert it to kilometers. But if you use the second one, we will have our distance in kilometers and there will be no need to convert. So it will be advisable to use the second one because in an examination, you want to save time. You can use the first one, which is in meters per second. But after that, you get your distance in meters because here the distance is in meters. The question wants us to find the distance in kilometers. For the second one, the distance is already in kilometers. So if you use it, you are going to get your final answer in kilometers and there will be no need to convert. So I'm going to use 162 kilometers per hour as our average speed. Now let's look at the time. If you use 162 kilometers per hour, then the time must also be in hours. Here we have time in minutes. So because we are going to use 162 kilometers per hour, we have to convert our time from 15 minutes to hours. So we are going to convert time from 15 minutes to hours. To do that, we will need the rate of conversion between minutes and hours. We know that 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So if 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour, then 15 minutes will give us less than 1 hour. If less, more divide. So 60 minutes will divide. So we have 15 minutes divided by 60 minutes times 1 hour. Minutes and minutes will cancel each other out. You have 15 divided by 60 times 1 hour. 15 divided by 60 will give us 0.25. So you have 0.25 hours. Okay, so we now have our time in hours. We can find the distance in kilometers. We know that average speed is equal to the total distance covered divided by the time taken. The average speed we are going to use is 162 kilometers per hour. So average speed is 162 kilometers per hour. The total distance covered, that is what we are looking for, divided by the time taken, which is 0.25 hours. This is now a linear equation. Let's solve this linear equation for total distance covered. Okay, so we know that total distance covered divided by 0.25 hours is equal to the average speed, which is 162 kilometers per hour. So we multiply the left hand side by 0.25 hours. We multiply the right hand side by 0.25 hours to remove the fractions. When you do that, you see that 0.25 and 0.25 here will cancel each other out. So you have the total distance covered to be equal to 162 kilometers per hour times 0.25 hours. 162 times 0.25 will give us 40.5. When you multiply kilometers per hour by hours, hour and hour will cancel, so we have kilometers. So the total distance covered by the cyclist will be equal to 40.5 kilometers. So the distance covered by the cyclist in 15 minutes is 40.5 kilometers. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos. The next video, we are going to solve another question on speed. Bye bye.